Diyan na pala kayo. Sorry I'm late. Hinduism. So, Hinduism is the oldest religion in the world, to the point that Hinduism and India, parang same sila ng time na pinagmulan, same din sila ng word na pinagmulan. So, Hinduism came from the word Sindhu. So, yung mga tao kasi sa India noon, ang language nila is Sanskrit. Ang Indus River, ang term doon in Sanskrit was Sindhu. Tapos, napagpalit nila yung S sa H. So, kaya siya naging Hindu. Tapos, adi ang tawag dun sa mga tao is Hindus. Tapos, nung binanggit na nung mga Greeks, nagkaroon ng may accent sila. So, nag-iba, naging India. With social accent. So, yun. So, yung term na Hindu and India was from the same word.
Hi, now that you're with me, I would like to talk about Sanyatana Dharma. What is Sanyatana Dharma? Sanyatana Dharma means external tradition or eternal tradition or the external law. This means absolute set of deities or religiously ordained practices incumbent upon all Hindus regardless of class, caste, or sect. Sanyatana Dharma actually consists of virtues such as honesty, refraining from injuring living beings, purity, goodwill, mercy, patience, forbearance, self-restraint, generosity, and asceticism. The term is also used by Hindu leaders, reformers, and nationalists to refer Hinduism as a unified world religion. The next thing I'm going to discuss is is a sound. Could be spelled as either OM or AUM. But either one is correct. So, symbolizes universe and ultimate beauty. It is a sacred sound and spiritual symbol. This sound originated from Vedas. Veda means knowledge. So, it is used to chant either independently or before spiritual recitation in religions like Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism. Is actually a name of a god related to the three deities. Brahma Shakti, the god of creation, Vishnu Shakti, the god of preservation, and Shira Shakti, the god of liberation or destruction. In Hinduism, signifies the essence of the ultimate reality, consciousness, or Atman. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you learned something. Thank you.
I will be explaining the 5 Denzel strands of Hinduism. Each strand develops out of a history, conversations, elaboration, and challenge. It occasionally hired to discover central points of anxiety, then to assume clear agreements on Hindu thought and exercise. So the first Denzel strand is doctrine. It is as expressed in a vast textual tradition anchored in the Veda or knowledge. Here there are several characteristic tension appear involving doctrine. Issues of polytheism, monotheism and monism. Another tension is disparity between the world-preserving ideal of dharma and moksha, and the third tension exists between individual destiny as karma, or the influence on one's actions, on one's present and future lives, and individuals' deep bonds to family, society, and divinities. The second tensile strand is practice. Many Hindus would place this first, and as a common grammar of ritual behavior, it connects to various places, shara, and periods of Hindu life. Puja, or honoring the deity, if performed in temple by priest, it's called archana. It echoes conventions of hospitality that might be performed for an honored guest, or prasada, or grace, reflecting the recognition that when human makes offering to deities, means they are actually responding to the generosity. Some Hindus believe that prasada is infused with the grace of deity to whom it is offered, and that consuming the leftovers, worshippers accept their status as inferior to and dependent upon the divine. And prasada also means the food and sharing. The tension arises because the logic of puja and prasada seems to accord all humans an equal status. The third tensile strand is society. It is served to organize Hindu life. Few would deny that Indian society is notably plural and hierarchical. The third tensile strand is society. It is served to organize Hindu life, but few would deny that Indian society is notably. This fact has much to do with an understanding of truth or reality. And it is also marked by a characteristic tension. There is a view that each person or group approaches truth reflecting its own perspective, and it only allows each to speak and act. In such terms can a society constitute itself as a proper representation of truth or reality. And certain Hindus, while espousing tolerance at the level of doctrine, have maintained caste distinctions in the social realm. And the fourth tensile strand is story. Another dimension drawing Hindus into a single community of discourse is narrative. Often narrative illustrate the interpretation of the divine in human spheres. These narratives serves to articulate tensions connected with righteous behavior and social inequities. And the fifth and last tensile strand is devotion. It contributes to the unity of Hindu experience through time or bhakti, or sharing or devotion. A broad tradition of a loving God that is especially associated with the lives and words of vernacular poet or saints throughout India. They say religious faith is more fundamental than rigidities of practice or doctrine. Bhakti provides as a common challenge to other aspects of Hindu life. Certain expressions of bhakti are far more confrontational than others in their criticisms of caste, image worship, pilgrimages, and acts of self-mortification. Thank you.
Hello. So, where is Hinduism more professed? We all know that Hinduism is the third largest religion in the world after Christianity and Islam. ano pa ba? India and Nepal are the two Hindu majority countries, and most of Hindus are found in Asian countries like Malaysia, Singapore, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Indonesia, specifically sa Bali, Indonesia. Tapos may share po ako sa inyo. Nung nagpunta kami sa Bali, Indonesia, pag maglalakad ka doon, magugulat ka na lang may alay merong flowers, may mga pagkain sa kalsada pag naglalakad ka kasi parang yun yung alay nila kasi parang sinasamba nila yung nature, tapos parang mataas yung respect nila sa nature. Tapos they are not allowed to eat yung sa baka, yung laman, yung beef, they are not allowed to eat beef kasi yung cow, yun yung sacred animal nila. Tapos, sa mga bansang may Hinduism, syempre hindi mawawala yung mga temples. Gaya nung sa Indonesia, ito example ng temple nila. Yan. Tapos sa Malaysia, meron din silang Hindu temple. Yan. Yan. Share ko lang. So, sa Nepal has the largest percentage of Hindu population in the world, followed by India and Mauritius. Tapos, sa India, Hinduism is the most dominant religion. Yung mga Hindus doon, yung total population doon is 84%. Tapos, sa Mauritius naman, majority of the population is also Hindu. Tapos, yung pangalawang largest religion naman doon is Christianity. Thank you.
So, what type of religion do they have? So, Hinduism is both pantheistic and polytheistic. What's the difference between the two, or what are the meaning of those terms? Pantheism means that they equate God with the universe, or the universe is God. So, basically, kasi Brahman is similar to God of Christianism. But like Brahman is the highest principle in Hinduism. And the aim of Hindus is to become one with the Brahman. It's similar to an ocean and droplets of water. The ocean is Brahman. The Hindus are the droplets of water. Their aim is to become one with the ocean, to go back to the ocean, reconnect. So, and Brahman, he is the one who is believed to be the creator of the universe. At the same time, he is the universe. So, highest niya siya. And next is polytheism. In polytheism, this means they worship many gods. But it's still under discussions and debates since the others say that the other gods are just manifestations of Brahman, meaning they all worship Brahman. So it's similar to like worshiping just one. But others say that it's still polytheism. So since it's different forms of gods, different gods. And actually there are 33 million gods in Hinduism. So we will just stick to it being polytheistic. So Brahman is the highest form. He is present in all things as he is the universe himself. And under Brahman, there are the Trimurti. Trimurti is, when translated from Sanskrit, means three forms. These are the three main gods in Hinduism. There's Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. All of them are manifestations of Brahman. Brahma is the creator. He is the one that created the world, and he created all the things inside the world. Next is Vishnu. Vishnu is the preserver. He will protect the world, protect the universe, until it's time for Shiva. Shiva is the destroyer. He will destroy the world. So, Why would Shiva destroy the world? It's since Hindus believe in cyclical cyclical time. Basically, cyclical time means in a span of 4.32 million years, the world is going to be destroyed for it to be renewed again. It's like a restart button. So, those three have different appearances, different gods underneath them, different wives, three different forms underneath Brahman. So we won't be discussing the other gods since it's overwhelming. It's 33 million. But some names are Lakshmi, uh, Parvati, Saraswati. Those are the other gods. But the three that I mentioned, Shiva, Brahma, and Vishnu, are the main gods underneath Brahman.
So, we're going to talk about Sanskrit. Sanskrit is a classical language of Indian and liturgical language of Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism. It is also one of the 22nd official languages of India. The name Sanskrit means refined, consecrated, and sanctified. It has always been regarded as a high language and used mainly for religious and scientific discourse. The oldest known text in Sanskrit, the Rig Veda, a collection of over 1,000 Hindi hymns, composed during the 2nd millennium BC. Today, Sanskrit is used mainly in Hindu religious rituals as a ceremonial language for hymns and mantra. A modern form of Sanskrit is one of the 17 official home languages in India. Since the late 18th century, Sanskrit has also been written with the Latin alphabet.
Hindus' beliefs. So first thing is Brahman. So Brahman is a Hindu god wherein Hindus believe in a universal soul known as Brahman. So he is a formless, genderless, and a source of all reality. Brahman is known as the universe and material that makes up the universe. So next is Atman. It is a Sanskrit word that means inner self or soul. So Atman is the first principle wherein the one's self of an individual beyond identification with phenomena, which means the essence of an individual. Next is Samsara, reincarnation. It is a continuous cycle in which the soul is reborn over again according to the law of action and recreation.
Artha. In Hinduism, the pursuit of wealth, material advantage, one of the four traditional aims in life. The sanction for the Artha rests on the assumption that, with the exclusion of exceptional few who can proceed directly to the final aim of moksha, or spiritual release from life, material well-being is a basic necessity of man and is his appropriate pursuit while a householder, that is, during the second of the four life stages. Furthermore, Artha, as a pursuit of material advantage, is closely tied to activities of statecraft, which maintains the general social order and prevents anarchy. But as the immoderate pursuit of material advantage would lead to undesirable and ruinous excesses, Artha must always be regulated by the superior aim of Dharma, or righteousness. Karma. Karma is the Hindu view of causality in which good deeds, words, thoughts, and commands lead to beneficial effects for a person, and bad deeds, words, thoughts, and commands lead to harmful effects. These effects are not necessarily immediate, but can be visited upon soul in future lives through reincarnation. Additionally, good or bad fortune experienced in life may be the result of good or bad actions performed in a past life. Once karmic state affects the reincarnation of soul, good karma may lead to reincarnation as a human, while bad karma can lead to reincarnation as an animal or other forms of non-human life.
Most of the Hindus avoid eating meat, especially those meat from cows, because it is treated as a motherly giving animal and also considered as a member of a family. So that's not the only reason why they don't eat meat. It is said that if they eat meat, it will have a negative impact in their another life form. Kasi nga, diba, they believe in reincarnation. So, naniniwala sila na kapag kumain sila ng meat, yung next life form nila, parang may masamang mangyayari, ganun. And then, since most of them are not eating meat, their diet mostly consists of veggies or plant-based food. So most of them preferred or favored lacto-vegetarian diet. So the lacto-vegetarian diet mostly consists of plant-based foods like veggies, fruits, and it's also consisted of some dairy products like milk from goat, cheese, and such. And the reason it is also favored, the lacto-vegetarian diet, because it is said to be respectful and compassionate to the other life forms and is sync in with nature.
Tapos, hindi lahat ng Hindu plant-based. May mga nakain din ng meat. Pero yung mga diet nila, lang, eggs, fish, goat meat, and birds. Tapos, pag pumapatay sila ng animal, ang style nila, Jakta style. Jakta style meaning quick death. Kasi naniniwala sila na by doing that style, mami-minimize nila yung suffering and trauma nun animal.
Life cycle rituals of Hindus. So life cycle rituals is also known as samskaras in Hindu. So there are four major samskaras in Hindu. First is namakarana. So namakarana is a naming of a child ceremony. So when a child is born, this ceremony will happen because of the naming of the child. Next is upanayana. It is the initiation thread ceremony for males. And then we have the vivaha. It is a ceremony, a ritual for weddings. So sa mga ikakasal ito. Then lastly, the antyeshi samskara. This ceremony is for funeral sacrament.
When you go to India, you will see a lot of people wearing a dot in the middle of their forehead or a mark in the middle of their eyebrows. So those mark indicates that they are Hindu, na pinapractice nila yung Hinduism. So yung dots na yun, ang tawag doon, pinti. And may iba't ibang colors nun. If you're wearing a black pindi, a black dot, that means that you're gonna marry to someone, and you're wearing that pindi para itaboy yung mga masasamang spirits or kung ano mang masasamang bagay. Tapos, pag naman, kunyari may nakita ka sa daan, ang dot na nasa forehead niya is kulay red, ibig sabihin nun, kasal na siya, taken na siya. So, yeah. Tapos, yung mga dot na yun, nabubura yun kasi ang gamit lang naman nila mga parang gawa sa sand paste and mga cosmetics lang. Nilalagyan nila ng mark dun dito. Tapos, fun fact about it is that sa kanila, considered as a beauty mark. So, maganda yun pag may ganun ka daw.
3 basic practices. First thing is worship. Usually, puja is a prayer ritual performed in the morning by Hindus to offer devotional worship to one or more deities, to host and honor a guest, or to spiritually celebrate an event. Next is integral part of faith. With this, it is essentially a prominent theme in Hindu beliefs include the four Purusarthas, which are Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Next is number 2, cremation. Death or burnt. Cremation, traditionally, all Hindus except babies and children with saints are cremated traditionally. Literally means last sacrifice and refers to the funeral rites for the dead in Hinduism.
So the last segment for this video is the place of their worship. So kumbaga kung sa ating mga Christians, church tayo nagsisimba, sa kanila yung tawag nila dun sa building nila is mandir. So dyan sila nag-gather to worship their gods and goddesses.